Hello everybody, my name is Memo, this is my channel FancyMemo, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the monthly music rundown where I will be doing a rundown on my favorite music from this past month, the month of May. I will also be doing a little bit of catch up since I tend to sleep on projects, I tend to miss releases, and sometimes I just don't like it at the time or not feeling it, but eventually it grows on me. I don't know if that happened this month, but it might in the future. But yeah, I've got a lot of great recommendations for y'all today. Mostly hip-hop, a lot of hip-hop projects, honestly. So I'm excited to share all of that to you all. I hope I can recommend some good music to you, put you onto some stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to share what I've been enjoying this month. This is for sure going to be a shorter episode than last month, since last month I did it for the entire year, since that was the first episode. This year it's mostly May projects, May songs, so this episode will definitely be shorter. And yeah, I'm excited to share what I've been listening to. But before I do that, if you like music related content like this, please subscribe to the channel. That would be dandy. If you're already subscribed and you want more of this for some reason, check out my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. If you like basketball, more specifically NBA basketball, I have a basketball podcast. It's called Above the Rim Rundown, where we run down all things NBA. We're talking about the playoffs. It's almost the finals, so check it out if you're interested. And although we don't have a $5 review for this month, I haven't really been promoting this at all, but yeah, this is a thing. This is a thing. If you guys want to take advantage of this, you could go to my PayPal. It's right here. And if you want me to talk about music you've recently released or did recently release, but you want me to talk about your music in a monthly music rundown video, go to my PayPal. It's just gonna be $5, $5 reviews, and I will talk about your project, your single, whatever, in a very honest fashion. So no hold bars. If I don't like it, I'll say I don't like it, but if I do enjoy it, I will gladly be glazing all over. A crazy use of words there, but yeah, if you make music and you want to help me out a little bit, since I'm going into a master's program and I've got to save up, please go to my PayPal, send me $5, send me a message. I don't know if you can send me links through PayPal, but it will figure something out. You could DM me and show proof that you sent $5 and we'll work something out so I can talk about your music by next month. So once again, no $5 reviews this month. But if you want to promote your music and you want me to talk about your music in an honest way, this is a way you can do that. But yeah, let's talk about my favorite albums of the month. I'm going to start off with an album that I did not listen to last month, but I did enjoy this month, and that is going to be Fly Anakin's The Forever Dream. I did talk about one of his songs last month that I really enjoyed. It has Quality Chris on it, Silk Money, Big Kahuna OG. I can't say the name of that track, but it's a good one. It's a really good one, and I guess at the time of the recording, I didn't realize that this album was released, so that's my bad. Sorry for sleeping, Fly Anakin, if for some reason you're watching, but I really enjoyed this project. If you like underground, I want to say abstract hip-hop, at times he reminds me of a mic, but not really. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but there's some nice, chill, dusty beats. I know that The Alchemist produced a track here. There's some great features as well with Quality Chris, Silk Money, of course. Pink Sifu's on here as well. I like how the album flows from track to track. There's skits implemented as well. This is a solid rap release. I know this year has been kind of weak for the rap game, but this is definitely something you should check out. If you're missing those big name rap artists and you're missing some good hip hop music, go to the underground. Check out this Fly Anakin album. Again, it's called The Forever Dream. I totally recommend it. Solid project. For sure. Next, let's talk about Glockavelli by Key Glock. Man, this is a banger. Great trap album. Key Glock, every time I listen to him, I feel like a badass. Look at me. I'm such a dork. I'm wearing a white shirt. I'm like the biggest nerd ever. But when I listen to Key Glock, dude, I feel like the king of the world, dude. This man makes you feel like a badass. He makes badass music for badass people, and one of the best artists in the trap realm. I'll say that. Like, I do like 21 Savage. I do like Future. My favorite trap artist at the moment is for sure Travis Scott, but you know, Key Glock is up there. He's up there quality wise. He might not get the numbers like a Travis Scott, but the album outputs as of late has been solid. This is a fun banger-filled album that I really recommend. So check this one out if you want to have some fun and feel like a total badass. Next, a huge change of pace here, but PinkPantheress dropped a mixtape called Fancy That. I didn't know whether to put this in the album category or EP category. Like, typically I would throw mixtapes in the album category because, you know, I feel like a mixtape lost its true meaning throughout the years. A mixtape now is not the same as a mixtape in the late 2000s or whatever, but this track list is on the shorter side, so part of me did want to put it in the EPs, but I just threw it in the album category. And yeah, I really enjoyed this project. It's a fun mixtape from PinkPantheress, a lot of catchy and replayable songs like Tonight, you know, one of my favorite pop singles of the year. We got Stars in there as well. We got Romeo, that has been taking off as of late. That's a great track, and many, many more. Like, this is a great project. Pink Panther just can't miss. She does not know how to miss. So shout out to her. I don't think this is true. I really don't think so. But apparently she's bald. She says she's bald. In a TikTok, someone kind of grabbed her hair. It's a TikTok. It wasn't malicious. They were having fun. It was part of the, like, this little skit. And you could see it lift up. You could see it lift up as if she was actually wearing a wig. Like, part of me doesn't believe she's actually bald. But she looked bald. Like, you can see, like, her head from, like, right here. Like, it's shiny, it's bare, no hair. So PinkPantheress might actually be bald, and that's honestly legendary. Shout out to PinkPantheress. What a legend. I love her so much. Speaking of loving, god damn, I love this album from Uchis. If you haven't seen my first reaction to this album, do yourself a favor and check it out, because it's by far one of my favorite first reactions I've done in a while. Because, man, I love this album from the beginning. I loved it. It's so good. It's so dreamy and serene. Callie sounds beautiful on this album, and the lyricism about love, it's so beautiful, honestly. And by far her most, I don't know if conceptual is the right word, but like, she stuck to one lyrical topic basically throughout the entire album and was able to pull it off really, really well. Like, she really amped up her writing game here. And yeah, some of my favorite Uchis songs are off of this album, and I'm seriously having a hard time debating whether this is my favorite Uchis album. It's either this or Isolation, and I love them both, but for different reasons. So yeah, really love this project from her. I've been seeing how she's been beefing with, what's his name? Sleep Token? I think that's his name. I guess it's one-sided beef, actually. Yeah, against Sleep Token, which is this, like, heavy metal rock band that's been blowing up. Shout out to Sleep Token. They've been getting a lot of streams. They got a song or album to go #1, I believe, and beat Uchis to it. Sincerely ended up going #2, I believe, in the Billboard 200. And, you know, it wasn't the best look on Callie's side, I'll say. She was talking about how, I guess, the lead singer was doing blackface, which apparently he's half black. I don't know. I really don't know anything about Sleep Token. I found out all about this today. I don't know anything about him. I just know that a lot of Sleep Token fans are targeting Uchis right now. And I was like, okay, not the best look for Uchis, for sure. She definitely seems jealous about Sleep Token taking the #1 spot. Let me check out this Sleep Token project. Let me check out a few songs. Let's see what's all the hype about. And dude, my jaw dropped. God damn, it was so bad. Like, I saw comments saying that they were basically making heavy metal for Disney adults, and that's the best way you could describe this band. Oh my god, like, this is not heavy. It's lightweight. This is this is for the weak. Honestly, this is nothing. Like, I'm not a heavy metal guy, but Sleep Token is as heavy metal as Panic at the Disco. I need to give Sleep Token's new album a full chance before I could really like go in. But from the few songs I've listened to from them, we're really hating and like harassing. I don't think that's the right word, but for the lack of better words, harassing Uchis to defend Sleep Token. That's what we're defending? This mid-ass, boring-ass, Disney-ass, heavy metal music? This shit's weak. Sincerely goes harder than some of the Sleep Token tracks I listened to today. God damn. I saw TikToks of people saying that her music is trash. You can't say that. You can't say her music is trash if you listen to Sleep Token. You cannot. You absolutely cannot. You can talk about how she seems very jealous and how it's not a good look for her. Do that, but do not talk about this woman's music and say it's garbage if you listen to Sleep Token. Please. Like, this is co-worker music at its finest. God damn. I'm sorry for this little rant right here, but I was so surprised knowing that people are bothering Uchis for reasons that she definitely brought upon herself for sure at the end of the day. But they're doing all this for such a mid-ass band. But, you know, again, I need to listen to their full album. Maybe I'll enjoy the album and it'll be my favorite album of the year. I guess you'll find out at the end of the year whether it makes the best albums of the year list or the worst albums of the year list. You'll have to wait and see, I guess. But sincerely, for sure, it's going to be in the best albums of the year list. Like, this is honestly, like, spoiler alert, a top 3 album for me. It's that good. It's that good for me. So shout out to Uchis. Love you. I love this album. Oh, shout out to you. But yeah, let's move on to Cuco, another like love-centric album from another Latin artist as well. This album is definitely not as good as Sincerely. I wouldn't even say this is my favorite Cuco project, but you know, if you want something romantical, if you're with the lady, right, and you want to be in a certain mood, play this album, especially if you got yourself a Latina, un toxica, you know. They love Cuco. They love Cuco, so this is definitely a project you should play if you want to get in a certain mood, especially with your lady friend. So yeah, shout out to Cuco. Again, not my favorite from him, but still a lot of great love tracks. And there's a couple tracks that he sings in Spanish as well, which is always a nice touch. There was a track here that's very psychedelic. It reminded me of like a Beatles track. Hispanic people love rock music. I know he's definitely inspired by Pink Floyd and I guess by the Beatles. So yeah, shout out to Cuco. Enjoyed this project. Oh, what is this project called again? Oh, Raiden. Yeah, it's called Raiden. It's called Raiden. So check this out. Next, we got this new album from Billy Woods. I won't say the name of the title, but I will write it down in the comments below. I'm not saying it because it's a slur, and I honestly did not know it was a slur. So that's a good reminder to all of us that we need to do our research for sure. Luckily, I've never said this word out loud. I've just read it. Also, another reminder that although I love talking about hip-hop is my favorite genre of music. If you really want like good takes on hip-hop music, go to a Black creator's video because they're gonna have the best perspective on Black music. I am a guest after all in hip-hop, so I can only say as much as I can from my perspective. But at the end of the day, a Black creator will have a better perspective on Black music. It just makes sense, you know? Like the same way that I will have a better understanding on Guatemalan food than an Asian person, right? So just a little reminder that even though I love talking about hip-hop, I won't stop talking about hip-hop because I love it so much. And I am happy that people do watch my videos to know my takes on certain hip-hop music. At the end of the day, though, I should not be the sole person you should be looking out for hip-hop takes. Non-Black people shouldn't be the only people you look out for hip-hop takes. You should be looking out for your hip-hop takes from Black creators. I'll leave that there because there's definitely stuff within this album that I didn't catch at first because I'm not Black, because I didn't have to go through things that Black people had to go through. So that is why I'm saying all this. My thoughts on this album though, I really enjoyed it, but I have a weird relationship with Billy Woods music because production for me is very important going into a Billy Woods album because I could love the lyricism within a Billy Woods project, but he has to be working with like the right people. Like I love it when he works with Kenny Siegel. My favorite projects from Billy Woods is from Kenny Siegel. I really love the Arm & Hammer project with The Alchemist doing the production, because to me those projects are easier to digest. This one is a challenging listen. It's a challenging listen, but it's not a bad one. It's not a bad one, especially with the lyrics. Again, it's a challenging listen, not only because of the production, but, it's Billy Woods. He is so cryptic that it is hard to break down what he is saying at times. You really have to, study through the lyrics if you really want to know what he's trying to talk about. But once, you understand what he's saying, oh my god, it just clicks, and it's a mind-blowing listen. So, if you're willing to give yourself a challenge, it will be worth it going through this album. I'm not fully there yet. I haven't given it enough listens to fully understand every single track here. From what I've listened to, I really enjoyed a lot of the lyrics and appreciate and respect a lot of the lyrics, especially his takes on what's going on in Gaza and the people in Palestine. Oh my god, some heart-wrenching lyrics here about that I truly, truly respect and appreciate that Billy Woods is talking about such a horrific and serious issue going on there. So shout out to Billy Woods. Great lyrics, a lot of serious topics, challenging to go through due to how cryptic the lyrics are and how honestly creepy the production is. There is definitely a lot of horrorcore elements within the production here, so that makes it harder to digest. But again, if you want a challenge and you want to test yourself, listen to this album, because it will challenge you, but in a good way. I guarantee it. It is a good challenge. So please don't run away from this album. I'm not trying to scare you away from this album. It's a really good album. I just need more time with it. And I'm sure if you listen to it, you might need a lot of time with it. But again, Billy Woods is amazing and very impressive. So please give him the light of day and check it out. Over here, this one's easier to digest. Lefty Gunplay dropped an album. He, of course, was on GNX with Kendrick Lamar. He was on TV Off. And if you want a West Coast album filled with bangers, please check out this album. It's called Can't Get Right. Why do they call him Lefty? Because he can't get right. Dude, that track right there, Can't Get Right, is such a banger. And I love the title. I love the title here for the album and that single. It's such a brilliant line. A brilliant artist name, honestly. So shout out to Lefty, dude. This is a fun album. Again, if you love West Coast hip-hop, you're gonna enjoy this one. I'm from the West Coast. I'm not from Los Angeles. I definitely can't say I rep Los Angeles, but I do love music from the West Coast. Growing up here, listening to the West Coast radio station, listening to Big Boy. So I did listen to a lot of West Coast hip hop growing up, and this brought me back. Dude. It's no Dr. Dre. It's no prime Kendrick Lamar, but this was still a fun listen. Some cool features too. I'm surprised The Game was on here. Ty Dolla $ign as well. Yeah, shout out to Lefty. He's half Guatemalan. I'm Guatemalan. That's fun. A fun connection there. You don't see a lot of Guatemalan people in hip hop. So, of course, I have to support Lefty, and I'm glad I enjoyed this album, because if this sucked, man, I'd be pretty sad seeing a bad Guatemalan rapper out there. But no, this is actually a fun listen. It's not a long listen either. 33 minutes, 15 tracks. The only tracks I didn't like were the more love-centric tracks. He does not have a romantic voice, I'll say, so those didn't hit for me. But a lot of these tracks, when he is doing that West Coast thing, the hardcore stuff, that's the lane that I prefer from Lefty. So shout out to Lefty. Next, let's talk about Lethal by Rico Nasty. This is such a unique and fun project. Rico really exploring further her artistic ability. She's rapping, she's doing popular tracks, she's doing full-on metal tracks here as well. Some of these tracks hit, some of them do not, but at the end of the day, I really did enjoy this album from Rico. I think she did a pretty good job for the most part. She is extremely, extremely talented, and although it's not the most consistent album experience, you'll definitely find tracks here to enjoy. I feel like her branching out in these different genres makes it so that there will be something you enjoy from this album. So shout out to Rico. Enjoy this album, that's for sure. And let's move on to Amine. Amine dropped an album. It's called 13 Months of Sunshine. And when I first listened to the first single, I liked it. I wasn't in love with it. And I also was kind of disappointed that he was going back to the dance bag. You know, his last album was with K Tornado. That was a full-on dance project. And I wanted more of a hip-hop centric album from him. I wanted like a Limbo. I love Limbo. That's my favorite project from Amine. But he returned to his dance bag. And honestly, it was better than I expected. It definitely was. I didn't expect him to be so introspective and vulnerable at times, which he was throughout several of these tracks. And then he mixed in some like really fun summertime tracks as well. Really good balance there. Some good features from Leon Thomas, from Toro y Moi. So yeah, this one definitely exceeded expectations for me. So shout out to Amine. And the last album I'm going to talk about is Bruiser Wolf's Potluck. It was just released today as of recording, and you know, Bruiser Wolf, I feel like is a artist that you're either gonna appreciate and enjoy, or you're not gonna like it at all because of the way he raps. He definitely raps like an old-timey rapper. Childish Gambino has a really good bit on this in his comedy special where he makes fun of these old-timey rappers. I'm going down the store, buying a hat, no lie, no cap. You know, basically raps like that. And that's basically how Bruiser Wolf raps. He has a very distinct voice as well. So when you first listen to Bruiser Wolf, it will catch you off guard. I'll say that. But I am telling you, he is the best punchline rapper in the game. And this is no exaggeration. He is the best right now, okay? Like, Lil Wayne hasn't been doing his thing for a while. It's Bruiser Wolf's time. And Bruiser Wolf is a very funny punchline rapper. He has several bars here that made me laugh. And of course, since this album just was released, I don't have a lot of thoughts to give, but I'll say some of the production choices here I did not expect, but it worked well for Bruiser Wolf. Like, there was like a trap beat in here out of nowhere, and he sounded great on it. He sounded great. So if you can get past his voice, if you can get past his rapping style, you will enjoy this album. Like, I had fun with this. I really did. I thought this was a great project, and I definitely do recommend this album. And you know, shout out to Bruiser Wolf. I went to the Danny Brown concert last year. Bruiser Wolf was a opener, and I was able to take a picture with him and talk to him a little bit, which was really cool. A really cool experience. I would post the picture like now, but I looked so fat and ugly in that photo that it's not seeing the light of day. I'm sorry. I looked so bad. Like, I know I look bad now, but I looked even worse somehow in that photo with Bruiser Wolf, which is unfortunate. I did enjoy talking to him. He had a good performance. Not only did he have several songs that just made me laugh, but he ended off his set with a very emotional, vulnerable track. So the duality of this man is crazy. I had to compliment him over that performance. So I was glad to be able to talk to him that day for a little bit and get a photo with him, even though I looked so bad. God, like, again, I know I look bad now. I'm fat. I know that. I'm ugly. I know that. But I looked even worse in that photo. God damn. So one of my biggest regrets is just looking so ugly in that photo. I don't know how I could have changed that fact. This is me. This is who I am. But man, I wish I looked better next to Bruiser Wolf, who looked amazing. He looked so cool with his tracksuit. So yeah, that photo is not seeing the light of day. But yeah, shout out to Bruiser Wolf. I definitely want to talk about that story and talk about this album because this was fire. Let's move on. I've been yapping a lot. This episode might be longer than expected, so sorry. But let's talk about EPs. This will be short because there's only one EP I'm talking about today, and that is this Flume and JPEG Mafia EP called We Live in a Society. That's the name, right? I need to double check that. Yeah, We Live in a Society. Only 4 tracks, 16 minutes. And, you know, I was a little disappointed. I expected more from these two. And this is by far not their best projects from either of their discographies. But, you know, there's some cool ideas. You know, track 1 was funny. Too bad, like, the skit was so long that once we got to the actual song, the actual meats and potatoes, it was very underwhelming, I guess. Lackluster. Is It Real is a fun track with Raven Lene. I enjoy that. AI Girlfriend is a bit weird, but some funny lines there. And The Ocean is Fake probably is my favorite song here. It's a bit more of what I expected from this project. But yeah, even though it wasn't my favorite from them, still enjoyed it. And I was glad that they were able to collaborate for this. Hopefully this isn't the last time they do that. And hopefully we get something a bit better. Not saying this is bad, just want something even better. Do recommend this project though. It's only 4 tracks. You're not wasting your time. And it's still good. I pre-ordered the vinyl. Like, it's on its way because I enjoyed it that much. So check it out. Psych. New day. New Hawaiian shirt. This is Memo from the future, giving one more EP recommendation from this month. And that is Joey Sarah by Dracula, friend of the channel basically. We've talked in the past. I've checked out his music in live streams, really enjoyed it. I even liked his album from last year, Chubby. I had it in my top 50 albums of the year list from last year. So I do really enjoy this guy's music, and he's back with a EP that I just checked out today. I didn't have time to listen to this EP before I originally recorded this video, but now that I have given a few listens, not a lot of listens, but a few listens. Now that I've done that, I am happy to say that he is still on a pretty good streak. I do feel like the start of this EP is a bit slow for my taste, especially the first track. The first track is way too short. The beat doesn't really go anywhere. There was just really nothing interesting to me. With that said, the following 2 tracks were better, but it was really when we got to Get Low where the EP really started to pick up steam for me. So basically from Get Low to the end of the track list, I really enjoyed every single track there a good amount, especially the final track, Gold Medals. One of my favorite tracks from this guy. It might be my favorite. I really like how vulnerable he got. The guitar outro was a nice touch. I kind of wish he explored a little bit more with that sound. But overall, I love the instrumental here. The instrumentals on this EP is great. Like, he is a great producer. The rhymes are decent. If you like sample heavy hip hop with a rapper who tends to rap in a very monotone and chill way, you'll enjoy this EP. So yeah, Joey Sarah, EP by Dracula. Check it out. I recommend it. Now let's go to the singles. We don't have a lot. Let's start off with Work by Jid. This is something I forgot to talk about last month. I don't know why I forgot about this track. I even made a full video reacting and giving my first thoughts on this track, and I somehow forgot to add it to last month's monthly rundown. But yeah, this is a great track from Jid. I love the chorus on here. The chanting chorus is fun. It's a fun track, and then when he's actually rapping in the verses, he's just going off and had several clever and witty lines. And it's Jid. His rapping is very fast and energetic. So yeah, enjoyed this one. Definitely should have gave it a shout out last month, but I'm fixing my mistakes this month. This is definitely something that hopefully you've been listening to. If you haven't, check it out. Next, we got this McKinley Dixon track that was released last month, I believe, but I just now got to it. My bad, McKinley Dixon. His label DM'd me on Instagram the other day. I was sleeping when they DM'd me, so when I DM'd back, I didn't get a response, which is sad. I hope I could work with them someday. That'd be great. I hope I didn't miss any opportunities with them. But yeah, if McKinley Dixon or his label is hearing me right now, please work with me. I would love to work with you guys. Let's talk, please. City Sling, hit me up. You've DM'd me once. DM me again, please. But enough of that. Let's talk about, I don't know how to say this actually, Recitative with Teller Banks. Butchered that one, I'm sorry. It was released last month. I didn't know it was released last month. Again, I just listened to it for the first time this week actually. And at first, when I was first listening to this track, I was like, is this going to be one of McKinley Dixon's weaker tracks? Because I wasn't truly vibing with the direction it was going with. But was the beat switch? Oh my god. How the pace changed. It got a lot more aggressive. I love the drums there. It reminds me of just like a aggressive rock band's drums, Whoever they sampled or the drummer they had drumming that day was going off. And yeah, McKinley Dixon sounded killer on that portion of the track. And Teller Banks ended off the track too in such a badass and rock and roll way that it saved the track. And honestly, the first part did grow on me. So overall, I enjoyed the track like a good amount. I just at first was very confused. I didn't really enjoy what I was listening to at that moment when I was first listening to the track. But after giving it a full listen and giving it several listens more, I do really recommend this track that I can't pronounce for some reason, but I will leave the title of the track down below. And I believe his new album should be coming out soon. That's exciting. I'm definitely excited for that. And I'll make sure to do an album reaction. Again, City Slang, anybody from McKinley Dixon's camp, if you want to hit me up, please do. That'd be awesome. If you could give me the album early so I can drop my video on release day, that would be awesome. That would help me out a lot. So you know where to contact me if you want to work. But yeah, I sound so desperate. I'm sorry. It's just not often for me to get messages from labels like that. I've got comments from artists and labels before, but very rarely I get DMs. It happened before, but still very rarely that a label would DM me like they did. So, Cindy's like, please. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'm starting to be cringe. Can you tell it's late right now? It is late. As I'm recording, it's 1 p.m. right now. I just finished a different video, but I knew I needed to get this done. So that's why I'm recording so late. And that's why I sound and look so off at the moment. Okay, let's move on to this new Magdalena Bay cover. It's a cover of a classic David Bowie track, and it is called Ashes to Ashes. And you know, when I listen to Magdalena Bay, you can tell they are inspired by several different brilliant pop acts from the past. But for some reason, David Bowie wasn't really an artist I thought of that they probably took inspiration from. But listening to this track, oh yeah, they definitely take inspiration from David Bowie. And I say that because, you know, listening to this track, there's a lot of qualities within Magdalena Bay that reminds me exactly of Bowie. There are qualities within Magdalena Bay and David Bowie that are similar, and I didn't notice that until I listened to this cover. That is, you know, a brilliant cover. This is a classic song from a classic artist, and they did very well covering this track. The production is stellar, the vocals are stellar. Great track from Magdalena Bay. Love their music, and I love this cover. Next, we got Egypt remix by Westside Gunn featuring Doechii. The original didn't have Doechii, but it had a Doechii sample, so I'm glad that they were able to collaborate on this one. And Doechii, she's such a good feature artist. She knows how to fit in. Like, she's like, in basketball terms, like the Alex Caruso of the hip-hop world, just able to fit in and do all the little dirty work and do whatever it takes to win. She might not be the biggest star on the track, she might not even have the best performance, but she'll do what's needed in order to make the track work. And in this one, she just raps her ass off on this great sample heavy beat. Westside Gunn does this thing, of course. I'm not a Westside Gunn fan, but I did enjoy this performance from Westside Gunn, and they both have a lot of chemistry, honestly, on this track. Like, they both sound great together. So yeah, definitely recommend this one. A great hip-hop track here. Next, we got NxWorries, Everybody Gets Down. This is song of the summer. I'm telling you guys this now. Innocent Impact and Knowledge do their thing once again, and this is definitely a more upbeat summery track. Last year when they released Why Lord, it was a lot moodier. This track is fun. This track is sunny. It's perfect for the summertime. It really is. And great track to kick off their announcement for their tour, which hopefully I can attend, but I don't know if I'll be able to have the time to go to concerts anymore. We'll see, but yeah, enjoyed this one from these two. They just can't miss. I love their work. Good job. Next, we got Turnstile, another artist that can't miss. And yeah, this track is called Look Out For Me. And it's a very interesting track because it starts off pretty hard, honestly. Like, it starts pretty aggressive, but of course, eventually we get that classic atmospheric sound from the band, what they're truly known for at this point in the second half of the track. Like, it starts off so aggressive, and then the beat switches like perfectly into a more subdued and calm instrumental, and it ends off very beautifully. I am so hyped for this new album. It's going to be released like really soon too, so I can't wait. Hopefully I can make a reaction video for this, but we'll see. I'll try my best to do that. But yeah, turns out, what a band. What a band. This is definitely something you should be listening to. Not Sleep Token. Do yourself a favor. Ignore that. Ignore that. Listen to Turnstile, please. Next, we got Rich Brian and Ski Mask the Slump God with Jumpy. This is definitely an unexpected collaboration that I did really enjoy. By far has the most interesting and weirdest beat out of the 3 Rich Brian singles so far, and definitely has the best rapping performances as well, which makes sense because this is a through and through hip-hop track. Rich Brian did amazing. Ski Mask did amazing on here. A lot of fast and quick flows from the both of them. They both work so well together. Even though I didn't expect them to be on a track together, they actually do have some good chemistry and did a great job here. And yeah, although the album has been pushed back, I am becoming more and more excited for this new album. It's not what I expected, but honestly, like, this track is getting me more hyped for this album. And I believe this is the last track I'll be talking about for today. This new Clipse track, Pusha T, No Malice, and Pharrell on the production for this track called Ace Trumpets. Oh my god, is this incredible. What a track. One of my favorites of the year. It just got released. Like, these two did not skip a beat whatsoever. It's been years, damn near decades since their last album together. I know they collaborated together. I'm talking about Clipse, of course, on that one Jesus is King track, you know, the Kanye album. I forgot what it's called, but they collaborated there. And it's been years since Jesus is King was released. But yeah, it's been a long time coming. It's been so long since Clipse had made music together. And now that they're back, oh my god, so happy. I'm so happy. This is so good. Pusha T, No Malice, killed it. They killed it. You know, Pusha T with those Coke bars, of course. The hook itself has a funny Coke line with ballerinas dancing in a snow globe. I thought that was clever. I really enjoyed No Malice here. I think I enjoyed his verse more than Pusha T. The way he was able to incorporate his faith within the lyric was very well done. You know, the reason why he stopped rapping is because he wanted to get closer to his faith. So the fact that he's returning to rap and is able to incorporate his faith without making it, you know, corny, as you know, there's a lot of corny Christian rappers out there, and he's not doing that. He's not doing that at all. He sounds badass. He sounds sick as hell. I love the Oscar slap line that he did, the Nirvana one as well. That was a great line. I really wish I was able to upload my first reaction to this video. I recorded it. It's all edited. I have the thumbnail, but when I went to release the video, when I went to upload the video, it got blocked and nobody in the world was able to see it due to copyright. So I couldn't release the video, unfortunately. And if I cut out the portions they wanted me to cut out, then I was basically just getting rid of the best part of the video. So ultimately I thought it wasn't worth it and did not upload the video, but it would have been a classic. Like, I'm telling you, it would have been like my best track react of all time because I was so hyped listening to this track. Definitely one of my best. It was ruined by YouTube. I could not upload it due to copyright. It wasn't even copyrighted for the actual song. It was copyrighted for a totally different song that I have no idea existed, from an artist that I have no idea existed either. I really don't understand what happened there, honestly. Very unfortunate. I guess the only person that can see this classic video is me, which I'd rather not be the case. I'd rather have everybody see this video. What can you do? It's copyright. I hope when this album comes out, I don't have to deal with that when I make the reaction video. I'm gonna try. We'll see what happens, I guess, but it's not looking pretty. It's not. But yeah, that's it. That is the monthly rundown. Thank you all for watching. This was longer than it was supposed to be. It just became a huge yap session with a lot of different stories and rants. So I apologize for that if you were just here for the music talk. But I hope you still enjoyed nevertheless. But yeah, I'll end things here. So if you like the video, makes sense, right? Comment down below. What is your favorite album from this past month? Favorite single? I'll tell you this. My favorite album is Sincerely by Uchis. My favorite track is Ace Trumpets by Clipse. Those are guarantees. Like, I don't even have to think about it at all. Those are for sure my favorites from this month. But let me know what was your favorite album and single from this month. EP even. Tell me if I missed anything as well. That would be great. But yeah, if you like music related content like this, please subscribe, since that is what I do here. And if you're already subscribed and you want more of this for some reason, check out my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. If you like basketball, more specifically NBA basketball, I have a basketball podcast. It's called Above the Rim Rundown, where we run down all things NBA. Check it out if you're interested. And if you're interested in me talking about your music at the end of every month, please consider the $5 reviews, where if you give me $5 through my PayPal, I will be happy to talk about your music in a quick little review in an honest fashion. So there's a good chance I shit on your project and you gave me $5 to do that. But hey, it's $5, so hopefully the risk isn't too bad there. But who knows? Maybe I will enjoy your project. There's only one way to find out, is by sending $5 to the PayPal and getting yourself a little $5 review. But yeah, I'll end things off here. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. Goodbye. Yuck.